Taking a look at what's going on right now, and you can see from the multitude of different examples, if you do in fact, sorry Mark Cuban, get woke, you will go broke. Take a look. Anheuser Busch, Target, and Kohl's lost a collective $28.7 billion in market value since the beginning of April amid the backlash over pride campaigns and Dylan Mulvaney partnership. You can point directly, distinctly to one singular point in time, and you can see the collapse happen. And it's real, it's tangible, and this shit ain't going anywhere. There are things that other companies who might want to try to dip their toe in these types of practices realize that, maybe the public, maybe they're starting to wisen up to this. Maybe almost a decade of overt indoctrination just kind of burnt up all the goodwill our decades of covert indoctrination built up. Maybe we went a step too far this time, and you'd love to see it. You love to see it from the in-person protests that are happening at Dodger Stadium, which we just talked about, to the online campaigns where you have meme after meme after meme of people just absolutely not wasting a moment's time dunking on Bud Light. It's a societal shift I have not seen in my lifetime, and it's probably not something that the left has ever experienced, mostly due to the fact that they've been in control of shit for so long. They've gone unopposed because the likes of the Daily Wire and their ilk, their mindset that's out there, just the culture's that's just all stupid. Who plays kids play video games, kids reads comic books, they don't care about that. We just focus on politics and what's important all the time and release your odd shitty video. Not realizing that by abdicating all of the culture, you leave it up to the indoctrineers, when now all of a sudden you're going, why does everybody think that there's 72 different genders, and why can nobody define what a woman is? Because if you actually wanted to solve all of those problems, you guys wouldn't have the perpetual cycle of content that you currently enjoy. I see right through your fucking marketing scheme, dumb fuckers. Anyways, let's revel in the failure so far. Target, Anheuser Busch, and Kohl's have lost a huge $28.7 billion in market value in the wake of major backlash over the pride campaigns and products. Since the beginning of April, all three have seen their market value plummet, with only Kohl's now starting to recover. Yeah, it's mostly because, they were one of the first into the game, and then everybody took a look and was like, you're doing what? And they were like, okay, sorry, we're just going to go ahead and put all of our stuff out there and not replenish it. Put it on a deep discount and then not replenish it. Because you remember, they had the pride onesies that were out there for the little babies. And everybody looked at that. It's like, no, stop it. And then within a couple of days, they're like, fine, 40, 60%, just get rid of it. Okay, just, if anybody wants it, I don't care. Cut it up and use it as rags. We don't really care. Just get it out of here. Don't want it anymore. Fucking move on, okay? But as for Target, they've been awfully quiet lately. I don't know if they're just trying to weather the storm. But Anheuser Busch, we're waiting for the new marketing campaign that's supposed to drop next week, and got some other stuff here in a minute. But we'll take a look at everything here. Brewing giant Anheuser Busch, speak the devil, has seen their sales drop after teaming with controversial transgender TikTok star Dylan Mulvaney, losing 24.4% in the last week of sales. Separately, both Kohl's and Target have been caught up in the ongoing backlash after unveiling their pride collections at the start of May. Yeah, and that's when everything kicked off for them, realizing that, fuck, there's like alternatives that aren't doing this stuff, or at least to the degree that we are, and people are just going over there, okay? Didn't see all that scuttle about Walmart or anything like that. I seen just a couple of pictures of a few rainbow themed things, but they weren't really trying to push it on kids or anything like that, at least to the degree that made it noteworthy. Kohl's was forced to heavily discount its pride merchandise after only a week of the annual month-long celebration. And yeah, they've just been kind of quiet because as you can see from this handy-dandy little chart right here, they're kind of back. They're a much smaller company than Target and Anheuser comparatively, so yeah, they could rebound quite a bit, and they fell off. They in fact did get hit the hardest right there on June 1st, down from the beginning of April for 24.7%, but now they've rebounded, now a day of closing on Friday, 0.7%. Okay, cool, so they're just down a little bit, mostly because, they took some bad advice from their marketing department, then they started listening to their customers, and hey, guess what? Good actions, good rewards. But Anheuser Busch, on the other hand, yeah, they're the butt of everybody's jokes. Meanwhile, Target, slowest to recover, mostly because, yeah, no, don't worry, we can weather the storm. It's totally going to be fine. We're just going to go ahead and blame everybody and try to suck up to the gay community, which keeps phoning in bomb threats. It's kind of fucking weird that nobody wants to talk about that, but they're just hoping that no publicity is good publicity at this point because, yeah, like I said, I haven't seen much about what they're doing lately outside of just failing in real time, but looks like they're coming around here at the midpoint of the month, and well, in no short reason due to their vast resources and their vast reserves of cash, because Anheuser Busch, like it or not, even if Bud Light completely falls off, you take a look at their distribution deals, you take a look at what other brands are under their umbrella. Even if Bud Light dies, even if the brand completely collapses, has to go away for a decade or so, and then they just revive it. Hey, remember that great tasting beer? And it's like, everybody remembers. No, it was just a cheap and effective way to get drunk. Okay, so they can survive a lot because they have a lot. But as we talked about it, I think that was yesterday, we talk about the Dylan Mulvaney campaign basically being a self-inflicted gunshot wound, knowing that, yeah, why are you doing this? Everybody knows that it's bad, but they decided to dip their toe into the pool and see what the temperature was, but then realized and then recoiled when it's like, ooh, it's kind of room temperature and it's yellow. Oh, this isn't a pool at all. It's a septic tank. Oh no. So yes, we've seen the botched apologies. We're going to go over the most recent one, and then we're going to take a look and see what they're going to be doing into the future with their new campaign. If it's not a complete and total role reversal, they're just going to get roasted. Like, if it isn't just big fake titty blondes, we'll just go ahead and we'll just go to the extreme version of the other side on this one. Lipstick lesbians making out between a gigantic, ostentatious Bud Light can, brand new design, fireworks, assault weapons, just, shooting flames like it's Alice Cooper in a Kiss concert, just come together to be just the most over-the-top visual spectacle. If it's anything short of that, you guys are just going to get totally roasted, and I'm totally here for it. And it looks like you guys are just going to try to weather all the bad press, but hey man, if you keep sticking your dick in the dirt, hey, you only have yourself to blame. Anheuser Busch recently announced a new plan to save jobs at the company amid an ongoing boycott of its popular beer brand Bud Light. We recognize over the past 2 months the discussions surrounding our company and Bud Light has moved away from beer, and that it has impacted our concerns, our business partners, and our employees. Anheuser Busch CEO Brendan Whitworth said in a statement on Thursday. The announcement went on to state new actions Anheuser Busch was taking, which included investing in Bud Light to protect jobs of frontline employees and providing financial assistance to independent wholesalers. Mostly because, if you remember Brendan Whitworth's first statement, hey, we employ like 47,000 people, and if you don't buy our stuff, they're going to end up losing their job. Realizing that was probably a fairly bad look, knowing that, oh, you guys in those C-suite offices, ooh, maybe it's you guys making the decisions that ends up affecting the little guy. So yeah, you're going to end up having to subsidize them based on your poor decision making. The third point in Thursday's announcement was aimed towards consumers that said our summer advertising launches next week, and you can look forward to Bud Light reinforcing what you've always loved about our brand. It's easy to drink and easy to enjoy. Yeah, maybe easy to drink. I don't drink at all, so I can't speak to that, but easy to enjoy? Yeah, but that's been decades at this point in time since anything that you guys have done has been catchy or memorable outside of one very glaring example. The announcement comes amid an ongoing boycott by many conservatives. It's so much bigger than that, you don't even know, but continue to repeat that line and maybe some midwits will believe it. Following the beer's partnership with transgender influencer and activist Dylan Mulvaney. Mulvaney posted, I think we know the backstory at this point in time, tranny got excited, had a can, said things, go sports ball, and then it was the one post, right? But then there was the bathtub one, which was super creepy, and I've seen screenshots of that more than I've ever wanted to see. Well, frankly, twice would be more than I ever want to see it, even once for screenshot purposes, but then after that I never wanted to see it again, but I've been forced to see it like I'm in the fucking Clockwork Orange and I have my eyes completely stapled open. So yeah, if we could just move on, and hopefully your new ad campaign, either go hyper masculine or just go super fucking woke, where you just have guys in whips and chains and leathers butt fucking each other on floats. Just go the other direction and just completely get it out of your system. I want one or the other. And even Newsweek gets it sort of right here. The row over transgender brand ambassadors is symbolic of a wider debate about the inclusion of transgender women in female issues and spaces. They don't belong. Unless, of course, you guys do something absolutely hilarious, like continue to beat these bitches in every single sporting venue. That's just funny as fuck. Some say transgender women should be treated the same as other women. No. I don't think anybody logically sound can unironically say that, but you go for it. While others say they are different and that hard-won women's rights must be protected. Frankly, for me, I'm just like, oh, feminists, you wanted the future that you got? Well, here it is. You fucking deal with it yourself. I'll just be over here laughing, talking about it. Transgender rights and inclusions are issues that are proving deeply polarizing in the United States. Not really, unless you're on fucking Mars, because most people take a look at that and go, ugh, mental illness. Once again, just being paraded in front of everybody, trying to be normalized. Fuck off. A survey by Pew Research last year found that 38% of Americans believed that society had gone too far in accepting trans people, while 36% said that it had not gone far enough. Fantastic. What do you have this year, though? In addition to Bud Light, some other companies, such as Target and Kohl's, face criticism and calls for boycott over gay items sold during Pride Month. And yeah, you can also see, just take a look at so many places on social media where they used to have the rainbow profile picture. God, that's missing this time around. It's kind of weird how you see that. And all of these ostentatious pride campaigns, they're a lot more reserved this time around. It's almost like the Bud Light situation had a massive chilling effect, and only idiots, Garth Brooks, would come out in support of the brand at this point in time. Like, listen, I understand he's opening a bar. He wants to have everything available to everybody, but you don't have to double down and say, diversity is our strength. Inclusion is the best aspect of human society, or whatever dumb fucking shit that he said. Listen, bro, if you don't want that unintended smoke, just don't say anything. Just fucking open up your bar, do whatever the fuck you want. And if you want to have what you say and not get quoted out of context, don't try to appeal to both sides, because in an attempt to please everybody, you please nobody, which is the most good faith interpretation you can make about this situation with Dylan Mulvaney and Bud Light. Well, we just wanted to try to appeal to the trans community. But then you also didn't realize that you were also trying to appeal to the feminist community, who it's all women all the time. And they want to put a fake woman up there and try to market off of that. Yeah, you end up pissing them off, who are married to a bunch of simps that end up drowning their sorrows in Bud Light. So guess what? It was a self-defeating prophecy, but you don't end up getting that at the end of the day. You were trying to chase the female dollar, but you didn't realize how temperamental and emotional that group of people actually is. Oh well, sucks to suck, I guess. But with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.